How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Panda. No, that's an old intro. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are actually reacting to an animated short. I haven't done an animated short in forever, and this one particularly comes from Overwatch. The Overwatch animation and direction team there just absolutely kill it every single time. I've seen all of them up until when I reacted to Kiriko. Kiriko was the last one that I did. This one is for Sojourn, which is a new but not new hero at the same time. She came out a little while ago. And of course, like good animations, they take forever to make, and I completely understand that. So I definitely can't wait to see the way this video looks. Overwatch has been one of those games that I've played constantly. I loved being able to stream it for the longest time. I used to be able to stream all the time. Can't wait to kind of just see what this looks like. Let's go ahead and give it a look here. Oh, look at the dog. I have to say that looks pretty good though I can't quite tell what, like, is that like chocolate or is that like coffee bean? I would assume it's chocolate or something. Well, like, I don't know. I've never gotten or done latte art. That's still really good. Oh, look at the little quirky. If that isn't foreshadowing, I don't know what is. Dude just sitting there overlooking. It could be your neighbor, but just the general tone, I don't think. Okay, that Bob's mustache. I just now kind of got that. Wait, was that Bob that was doing? Did I completely miss that? Okay, it's not Bob specifically. It's just an Omnic itself. I see where the mustache comes from on the thing, but that's like Bob's mustache in game. The little spray. Okay. Oh man, I'm only like a minute into this. Oh, too far. Minute into this, and it was playing a little patch of Mario. I'm sorry, I'm picking up on like all these tiny little things because a lot of great Easter eggs.
Agent Tremblay. Rough night.
Tell me about it. I know it hasn't been 3 months. May I? Murphy! Who's my good girl?
I don't understand it. She's usually a very good judge of character.
Yeah, we all have our blind spots.
I have croissants.
Oh, thanks.
That just... Maybe I'm just not following along with the storyline a little bit. I'm pretty sure they'll explain who Murphy is a little bit later. But just the way that they have it coming out right now, it's just... something feels odd. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just the way that I see it, but it feels a little odd. We'll see though.
So, for official purposes, are you Vivian Chase, former rank of captain in Overwatch, call sign Sojourn?
I am.
And have you been in compliance since the Petrosac terminated Overwatch's charter? No vigilante activity?
Wherever you're going, let's just get there.
We intercepted this a while back. Just broke the encryption. I take it you saw it already.
Then you know that I didn't respond. I have a good life now, Noah. It's clean, simple.
Right. But
I like that. they brought it back to the original, or was it the second original? And there was two technically originals. There was one where it was like talking Overwatch, and then there was the Winston short. I believe that was the Winston short where he did the actual recall, which is cool to see that they're kind of bringing it back to the older videos. I'm not quite sure how far in the timeline this actually goes though. If this was just after it was put into place, like after the recall was sent out, or if it was much further afterwards. I want to assume in the big timeline of things that it falls like before Overwatch officially comes back, but maybe a little bit afterward. Like I think they've already gotten most of the crew together and they've already gone out and started doing their thing.
How could you ignore that? Heck, I was inspired. And those are your people out there, violating the Petrus Act. Am I supposed to just trust that you're not?
Murphy, down.
Poor Murphy.
Croissant's getting cold.
Give Murphy a croissant, man. Give her a croissant.
You have a presence in the area, yes? You hear things. Hear anything about an underground Omnic insurgency? Last night, my unit was investigating an extremist cell with ties to Null Sector. Got more than we bargained for.
Okay, but like, as far as gaming goes, that would be a really cool, like, part of the first person. Like, if Overwatch would be able to do like that as a game mode, taking on like a CSIS agent and going in and finding Null Sector, not necessarily playing as an Overwatch character, but like a general off-spin, like even just in a general size story mode, that would actually be really interesting. I mean, you can see just from the basic, like, what could be gameplay.
But then something. My unit was investigating
like
an extremist cell with ties to Null Sector.
Kind of like a Destiny
Got more than we
cutscene.
bargained for.
There we go.
But then something, someone, happened.
I want to say, if that's Sojourn, like, why couldn't we get that in the game? Like, that Omnic suit that would actually look pretty badass. I'm pretty sure it's a skin, and I don't care about the skins as much, so I don't look at them. So it may very well be a skin in the game, but if it isn't, I think they're missing an opportunity right there. I really think so. Just the general cinematography of this. So I was sitting here looking at it. They have really good storytelling. Like, Overwatch 2 always has amazing storytelling when it comes to this kind of stuff, and being able to just kind of see the direction they go, how they light it, how they kind of pan it out, how the camera acts. It's really cool to see, and they're usually really good with their fight sequences. So this fight sequence is actually fairly on track for their animation department, and I gotta give big props. It must have taken forever just for that little.
Without that person, my team might have died. I might have died. But I have to do my duty. So you need to account for your whereabouts last night.
I don't know what to tell you. I was home with Murphy.
Here's the thing, though. I found this after the raid. slug from an Elkiton Kelvin 87 railgun. Same model you used in Overwatch.
Hmm. Now that I think about it, that makes a lot more sense about like a bullet coming out. I always thought it was just like a pulse beam, where you shoot it and it's a beam of deadly light, like a laser of some sort, like a pulse laser. I never really thought of it like an actual like bullet that could be emitting that. See, that's the thing that I really like about these like animations and animatics and stuff like that, is they kind of touch on things that you don't really think about gameplay, because it's not really essential to gameplay. You're not really thinking, oh, it's a bullet shooting them. No, you're thinking it's a light beam because the way the game is made it out to be and stuff like that. So it's interesting to see those little bits and twists put onto it. But yeah, I would have never actually thought about that, like, at all.
I never told you this, but I joined the agency partly because of you. Testifying at the Petrus hearings. Doing what you thought was right.
Doing what you think is right can be complicated. The Overwatch I joined was about raising the world up. Making it a better place.
Yeah.
By the end, we lost sight of our mission. I don't regret what I did, but it was the hardest decision I ever made. Do what you think is right, Agent Tremblay.
Oh, poor Murphy.
What the?
Last night's raid. The insurgency. It's all connected.
Okay, that was pretty badass. I don't know about you guys, but being able to see a lot like that futuristic stuff is actually pretty cool. And of course, her being like half Obnic really does like add a lot to it, like augmented. I'm sorry, like I'm watching this and I'm just stunned because this is the first time I've actually watched this. So I'm paying attention very, very closely to like every detail and stuff like that. And then knowing what I know about the games, that's probably why I haven't talked like a ton like I normally do in most of my reactions. But like I'm trying to find little key moments to sit there and talk about it, because it's just I don't know how else to like describe it. Like the way that goes, for those who don't play or know any of the story to it, basically at some point during the Obnic Revolution, Null Sector, which is kind of like the Black Watch or kind of like the bad guys of the Obnics, started rising in order to fight off the civilization that they thought was evil. And they started going into a lot more war type stuff. That's where the Bastions ended up coming from a lot more. It's where the Orissas started getting a lot more bad and stuff like that. And not necessarily that they were made for that purpose. They were originally made for other things, but they got sucked into that Obnic War. And then, of course, they ended up getting defeated by the time Overwatch ends up dismantling. But then, Black Watch and stuff like that started coming back a lot more. Null Sector decided they wanted to bump it up a notch and actually come back and try to finish what they started. So being able to see that kind of all play out, and the way that the storytelling is interconnected with every other part of the cinematics, is actually pretty cool. And then you get the one-offs like Kiriko, where it isn't so much about Null Sector, but just more about the character itself, and we're not really like pushing the story or the narrative like it was. And then you get ones like Sojourn, where it really pushes the Null Sector narrative, and it really pushes these are like the big bads, the BBGs and stuff like that, of the entire like series versus you know, things like the things like that. So that's pretty cool to see. And of course, that was just badass, just locking it down.
CSIS Unit 37. Toronto is under attack by Null Sector. Agent in the van. Secure the streets at Beverly and Queen.
Wait, what?
Rooftop, I need bird's eye views. Find me a route to evacuate civilians.
Who is that? Trombley, are you there?
This is Trombley.
Big moment.
Do what she says. She's our best hope. Vivian. Orders, Captain?
Stay on the comms. We've got a city to save.
They do such a good job with that. I can't get enough of things like that. I love watching animations, animated shorts, animatics, that kind of stuff. So and being able to really just pull it out there and like really talk about something that really interests me, just in that general aspect. I mean, the story alone and the lore alone is huge. Like, it's probably not as big as some other games, you know, but it does have a pretty good deep dive into it as well, and a lot of a lore making that's currently happening or has been happening for a long while, just in the community itself, and then Overwatch putting out little bits of that lore making in there, which is kind of interesting. I kind of wish she kept that outfit that we saw during the raid, because I think that would have been a lot more, but I get they're trying to go with the style that she is in game, so that you're more familiar with that's who you're playing as. So I get that last little clip. I think it would have been cooler to see her in the like in the decked out Omnic suit and stuff like that. That would have been really, really cool. And just generally having a good vibe with it. Like, it's a really good animatic, or animation. 7 minutes long, and yeah, it feels like I just watched an entire movie, you know, in that span of time. They do such a good job of storytelling. They do a good job at the cinematography and just really making it feel very fluid, very, you know, very real and stuff like that. So I got to give them much credit where credit is due for the animation team over the Overwatch. But thank you guys so much for coming in, chilling out, and having fun with us. That was an absolutely fun one to watch. If this is the kind of content you like, or you'd like to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit the like button. It will definitely let me know this is the kind of content you want to see more of. If you want to see more animatics or animation shorts, you can go over to that little dot over there, and that will show you exactly where to watch next, because I do have a couple of playlists for that. Or you can click right over here and you can see that video. That's the next best video that YouTube says that you're going to enjoy more of, and I would definitely go for it. Go ahead, click it. But thank you guys so much for coming in and chilling out. I will see you all next time. Bye.